Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am the Kenyan Beast. Of course, we are doing it the African way every day, every time. In African way today, I was going across, the history of Africa and African countries, leadership and everything. I came across something that happened in 1983 between Nigeria and Ghana, and it's a story that I never learned before. Even in school, I never knew about it. We were never taught in school about this story. In 1983, Nigeria expelled more than 2 million people from Nigeria, and half of the people were Ghanaians, migrants, Ghana, who went to work in Nigeria. There is this symbolic bag that every Africans know about it. Even I saw it in Jamaica. It's called Ghana Must Go. And I was wondering, where did this name came from? Ghana Must Go. And the bag is, in Nigeria are using it. Ghanaians are using it. I've seen it in Kenya. Even my grandmother, the grannies of Kenya, if you don't have that bag, then you are, even that bag, I saw it. I've used that bag. Ghana Must Go. So my grandmother was telling me about it, about the name Ghana Must Go, and I was wondering, why is it called Ghana Must Go? So as I was perusing through, through Africa, as I was going across Africa, I came across this sad or ugly history behind the Ghana Must Go bag, and the history that I never know, where Nigerians expelled more than 2 million Ghanaians from Nigeria. In 1983, 17th January, President then of Nigeria, Shehu Shagari, expelled or announced expulsion of they were calling them aliens from Ghana, and whoever was not to move between 14 days was to be captured and to be imprisoned. Shagari said all the migrants who did not have papers to live in Nigeria. And I came to worry, why will he do that, or what was the reason behind it? Because Ghana and Nigeria are neighbors, and I'm supposed to not to take such harsh measures, like between 14 days someone must pack and go back to their home. If they don't do that, you arrest them and send them back by force. I wondered why was happening. So I came to learn that in those days, like 1953, 54, there, Nigeria was, was in oil business, and it was booming. So Nigeria was rich. That's why it acquired the name of the Giant of Africa by 1974, because there was a lot of, Nigeria was rich and Ghana was helps. So a lot of people or Nigerians went to Ghana, to Benin and other countries there, neighboring countries, to look for people to work for them, because there was a lot of work in Nigeria. And two, there's some Ghanaians who went to Nigeria without papers to work the companies, oil companies and everything. And between these people, there was a person called Akwaye or Solomon, something, a name like that. He was one of the people who went to Ghana without papers to work there, and he was doing well. So Nigeria was booming. They were, in oil business, and Ghana was a living hell. So youths went, or people went to Nigeria from Ghana to look for greener pastures. And one of the people who went to Nigeria to look for greener pastures was Solomon, known as Akwaye. So that means by 1974, Nigeria was filthy rich. The standard of living of people was amazing. I believe if they could continue like that, Nigeria could be one of the richest country. And the Giant of Africa means that it could be the superpower, as America being superpower, Nigeria could have been the superpower of Africa. While Nigeria was booming, Ghana, on the other hand, their neighbors, they were going down, because famine was there. 1966, there was cool. The market of cocoa went down. the business of cocoa crashed in 1966 there, if I'm not wrong, or 1964. So Nigeria was looking for people to go, to work, and Ghanaians were there because they needed it. This man, Akwaye, he was unskilled, but he went to Nigeria and he made it to Lagos, the capital city back then of Nigeria, and he was making enough even to send back to the family in Ghana. And those days were like every Ghanaian person had, every Ghanaian family had a person in Nigeria. Like now when you say every Kenyan family has a man or has a person in United States of America because they have gone there to work. So every Ghanaian person or family had a person working. Nigerian schools like primary and secondary was filled with Ghanaian teachers. Every sector, each and every sector of Nigeria was filled with Ghanaian workers. In 1982, 1983, oil market crashed in Nigeria, and it was bad because the prices went down, and at that time US had started to produce their own oil. So there was excess supply in Nigeria now, and there was no demand because countries that were buying oil from Nigeria, they have started maybe making their own oil, or moving to another country. So the market crashed of oil, and oil was one of the things that made Nigeria so rich. So when the market crashed, everything went down. Everything went down, and people started feeling the pinch. No salaries, now no jobs again, something that you have been doing for long, and then it abruptly ends. There is some way as a country you feel it. So when oil market crashed in 1982-83, Nigerians started suffering. Things like food, the food prices went up, and there's no salaries. So even the Ghanaians who had came to Nigeria for the greener pastures, now they are feeling it. Even the places where they were being assigned to work, like primary schools or secondary schools, now if you are a migrant, now you can lose your job because now the owners of the country needs these jobs. Remember, in this picture we have someone who called Akwaye. Akwaye is in the midst of this one. Solomon is in the midst of this one. He was getting something, but when the market crashed, him too was feeling this pinch. So in this period of 1982, where the market went down, now Nigerian politicians started, creating words, African politics, saying, now they started calling the migrants aliens. Aliens. So they were saying that the aliens, or the people, the migrants, have come to our country and have taken all jobs. They have come to our country and they have taken our jobs, and they are all into crimes. They are the reason why the market's going down. They are the reason why Nigerians are suffering. So politicians started using this one to get famous. If you elect me, we'll make sure all the migrants are sent out of Nigeria so that our economy can be well again. If you elect me, we'll make sure all the aliens have gone so that the food prices can come down. So politicians started using this one as an excuse. And the aliens, most of them, like, it didn't take long, this story to go all around of Nigeria. And Ghanaians people were being started harassed by Nigerians. Among them was Akwaye. So Akwaye, according to history, he was staying out of trouble. But then came the announcement on 17th January that they should leave Nigeria. All the people who doesn't have papers, all the people who are in Nigeria illegally, they should leave Nigeria. Akwaye did not have papers. Even he never bothered about papers. When I'm here in Tanzania, I'm living good. I never bother about, legal papers. I'm just there. I'm okay. We are neighbors as Africans. By that time, Ghana was being governed by military. And Akwae did not want to leave Nigeria to go to Ghana because it was still unbearable. But when the news came, the news, the Ghanaians were being beaten. If you are there, the news was on 17th January. If you are there by 38th, it will be worse on you. Things will go south on you. So these plastic bags called Ghana Must Go, it was in Nigeria, a lot of them, and it was a big bag with a lot of space, could carry even your bed inside, chair inside, your bicycle inside. So it was just a big bag, and because there was no time to organize yourself, you just pack what you have on those bags and you go to the border. They were living through the border of Benin and Nigeria. So Akwae was one of the people who was among the people who were packing their things to that bag called Ghana Must Go. A lot of people were leaving Nigeria through the border, mostly of Nigeria and Benin, and there was a disaster. A lot of people in the border, it was unbearable. People carrying their luggages, the bags, and everything they can carry, they were selling others so that they can it was chaos. And even some of them, they had to camp there, and where there's crowded, there's disease, and Togo closed their borders because there was coup. The military was leading Nigeria, so they ordered Togo to close their borders because of the security reasons. International communities condemned the Nigerian decision, but there was this one leader called Adjei said it was something that was to come, because in 1969, Ghanaian Prime Minister Kofi Busia ordered aliens to be removed from Ghana, and most of them were Nigerians. So it was like a payback. He was saying it was like a payback, according to Adjei. Nigerians were expelled from Ghana in 1969, and Ghanaians expelled from Nigeria in 1983. So it was like a payback, but the Nigerians ones that were, the Ghanaians were, it was so worse. When Ghana reopened their borders, they sent a ship to Cotonou, Benin, so that they can carry some people, back home. But it was crazy because it was crowded. People were scrambling to get to the ships. It is said that others too were falling in water. People died. A year later, Buhari announced to send back again aliens or migrants who are in Nigeria. This time round was around 700,000 migrants, even those who had papers, they call foreigners. So Buhari sent again 700,000 foreigners out of Nigeria. It was like another stab on the back of Ghanaians, because Ghana was going through a lot, and some of their people were in Cote d'Ivoire, and in Nigeria they were passing through a lot too. So until a time where the World Bank, this World Bank came in between, that's where Ghana started rising again. This tit for tat thing has hunted Ghana and Nigeria for long. It's still happening. Nigerians and Ghanaians, they don't see each other eye to eye, but at least now they are trying, because you can see Nigerian music in Ghana. You can hear or see Nigerian movie stars or actors sharing platform with Ghanaians, but still you can feel the tension between Ghana and Nigeria. Any small thing that is between Ghana and Nigeria, you may see them on online war, it is still there. Like the tension between Ghana and Nigeria, it is still there. It is said Nigeria has never apologized for the thing that happened in 1983 and 1985. And two, Ghana has never apologized for for how they pushed away Nigerians in 1969. So all of them are silent. And these are Africans, neighbors. That's why we call for unity. A lot of people, they blame the bad leadership, the bad leadership those times, and they were using the foreigners like a scapegoat. They were saying the foreigners are the one who are, making crimes, who are making our life unbearable. Foreigners are the one who are taking our things. But even when they pushed the Ghanaians away, things never changed that fast. Things did not change. The issue was not the foreigners, but they did what they did. So a decade before, there was this United West African countries, ECOWAS, came to pass, and it allowed neighboring countries, the West African countries, the people to move freely to the countries when they have the right documents. But it did not. It was still in their mind and blood, and people are not accepted fully because there was still this tension that was happening back then. And even the current generation, like the Nigerians and Ghanaians, the current generation, you can see them on the social media. They are arguing here and there, who has the best music, who has the best food, which jollof rice is better between Nigeria and Ghana. There's still tension, even if the current generation doesn't know what happened back then, but in 1969 and what happened in 1983, but there's still tensions because Nigerians were blaming Ghanaians who are in Nigeria, that they are the one who are bringing crimes and making bad market and everything. So it happened that time, and I remember there's a leader called Nkrumah was championing for Pan-African, but it was like betrayal to him when the two countries decided not to be in good terms. Now this Ghana Must Go bag was popular back then, and it's been popular up to date because most of the people, this was the bag that was used by the people to carry their things when they were chased away from Ghana, from Nigeria. And it's sad for me to see how this happened. Like, I'm very sorry this happened that time, but I don't want on this my period of living to experience something like that. That Nigeria is fighting with Ghana, or Tanzanians are. It's happening low-key even now, but it's bad. And these things are being caused by the Muzungus because we call what? The borders that are between us, they are the one creating these issues. The borders that were kept by the Muzungu are the ones that are making us feel like we are special than the other ones. The borders are the one that make us feel that that person that person cannot come to this side because I am the owner of this side. This is my country, that's your country. But it's all one Africa. I never knew that Nigeria and Ghana had a bad history sometimes back. But thanks to history, thanks to what I want, thanks, I'm learning about these things. But I'm championing for a better tomorrow. I hope current generation read this history and, we never repeat what our forefathers did. We not to repeat what our grandfathers did. That time we could have used that time to make Africa better, to make Nigeria better and Ghana better. But we were using the time to chase away our black brothers, to chase away our brothers. Now in 2019, Ghana has been championing the returning of African diasporas. But I think they could start by apologizing to Nigerians and Nigerians apologizing to Ghanaians. But we are championing to the return of African diasporas, but we inside, we are not united. So tell me what you think on the comment section. Did you knew about this history? Because I am new in it, but I think I know about it. But if you're from Ghana, if you're from Nigeria, tell me what you think in the comment section. If you're Jamaican from United States of America, please make sure you comment down here. And don't forget to share this video. Until next time, peace be with you.